Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you very much for joining me here. I am Mike and this is IPO Market Watch. This is the channel that is focused on the best possible way to navigate the markets, which is why I have a PDF file that I would love for you to check out if you want to. It is at the top of the description of every single one of my videos, so including this video. Click on it and it's a PDF file that will it's about how to navigate the markets that I came up with. It's pretty short. It's about 9 pages if I remember right, or 10-11 pages. It's not long, but to the point, and I think it helps people out. This video has a lot of information that is going to be packed about various type of stocks and circumstances in this stock market, so you might want to grab a paper and pen and take notes if you want to, but not financial advice. This is not financial advice. Before I continue, I want to thank every single one of you for your great support, because officially now we have 4 years that IPO Market Watch exists on YouTube. So happy birthday to your channel, says YouTube, 4 times around the sun, and you're still going strong. Way to go. Yes, we are. In 4 years, we're nearly, sort of, I think I need 1,800 more subscribers and we'll hit 70,000 subscribers, which is awesome. So if you want to help me reach 70,000 subscribers, hit the subscribe button. Okay, so I want to start off with this. It's a bit negative, but as we go along in this video, things will get much brighter. Stocks enter correction zone. Tariff fears hammer consumer confidence. Inflation worries. So you have the correction, and we've already reached that. There's no debate about that. What the uncertainty is over tariffs, I've done a YouTube video about that. I've done a YouTube video about the trade deficit and the uncertainty of tariffs, right? So you can check that out. And the inflation, which, if I may add, March 19, don't forget, Fed meeting. We'll get to that towards the end of the video. But we do not worry, because whether the stock market is on a full blown out bull run, which is not the greatest time to buy stocks, or if it's on a correction / market crash, again, you do not worry, because if you're an investor who is focused on a right strategy and you have completely removed the noise out of your ears, you can make money, and you will make money when the markets are down or up. It doesn't matter. Here's an example. 4 days ago, I came out with this video. It says this steel stock could skyrocket in 2025. Again, we focus on opportunities. That's where I focus as an investor, trying to find those opportunities no matter what is going on in the stock market. And I said buy this stock. Of course, it was for me. The video was about ticker symbol WS, Worthington Steel. It's up since my video 4 days ago, and check out this gorgeous chart from 1950 to 2020. That's a lot of, that's about 70 years, right? And more. There are always reasons not to invest, but the S&P 500 has returned an average of around 10% per year. So I'm going to mention 3 stocks in this video that I believe are awesome. They have plenty of, future ahead of them, and I'll explain the reason why. So the first one was a report that I actually did in 2023, 2024 for my Discord members. This is I come out with this PDF style reports. At that time, calling Antero Resources, ticker symbol AR, a buy when it was trading at $26.75, and I gave the reasons why I believe this was a buy. The stock right now, today, is not 26, but $37.80. Insane gains, everyone. If you also add in the fact that this company pays a dividend. So $37.80, it's gone up big time. Is this it? Is it over? Should this be a sell? It's going to sound crazy to some, but it's actually not a sell. And I say crazy because, some will say, well, it was 26, now it's 37. Why would you still be bullish? I'm very bullish. I'm very bullish in this company. This company is, it's got a really bright future ahead of it. What Trump is trying to do and bring back critical businesses and support critical American companies that are producing really important stuff for this for the American economy. So Antero Resources Corporation, you can also check out YouTube videos I've done about them. I still believe that they have way bright future. Investing takes time. It's not a 1 week or 1 day thing, right? You invest in a stock, and if it's a great company, you hold a year or two and you go up, right? So I think within the next 2 to 3 years, Antero Resources could possibly be 44 bucks, 50 bucks, 55 bucks. Now let's go over to the CIA, right? And just mentioning that probably gets the CIA, I don't know, somehow looking at my channel right now. The CIA, everyone, if you don't know, has an investment firm of their own, and they invest in stocks, if you didn't know that. This was set up in 1999 by the CIA. So the CIA has this investment firm called IQT. Did you know that IQT, the CIA basically, is invested in, ta-da, Rocket Lab, right? So check it out. I've talked about Rocket Lab since it was $3.98. I've done a YouTube video. It's public. Called it buy at $3.98. I've done 8 videos actually. The other one, the most prominent YouTube video I did for Rocket Lab that got a lot of views, it was when it was at $4.39, right? And look at Rocket Lab today. But yeah, the CIA is behind it. Let me know what you think about that. So let's go over to the Discord real quick before we get to the next 2 stocks. Going over to the Discord lately so you can understand the latest things that are going on from March 10 to March 13. These are some of the trades that took place. And this one's turned out all green, perfect. RDFN at 1009, out at 1022. CVS at 64, out at 66.57. And then MGTX in at 726, out at $8.20. So we're doing awesome. If you want to join us over on the Discord, the link will be at the bottom of your screen or in the description of the YouTube video. Also, I had called on the Discord ticker symbol ECX at $2.16. It's right now at $2.76. It even went to $3.21 just a few days ago, so huge gains on that. One of the stocks that I am very bullish in, a market that is in a correction, right? So when the stock market is in a correction and we're talking about inflation fears and all these things, you got to be very, 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 very careful where you invest your money, because the bottom doesn't mean it's not. I mean, personally speaking, for me, I think the bottom for this correction in this stock market may not be until September of this year, or maybe even into next year. We don't know where the bottom is. One of the stocks, in my opinion, that has formed a bottom, that has a floor that we know of, right? And it has been proven time and time again that that's the floor. And Berkshire Hathaway has invested 30%, helping create the floor. And I've done many YouTube videos about, is Occidental Petroleum. The latest news on Occidental Petroleum is that Occidental Petroleum sees oil output peaking in the next 5 years. And Occidental Petroleum right now is at $46.69 as I'm recording the video. Usually the floor that has been set is 45. It never goes lower than that. And the immense potential that Occidental Petroleum has, in my opinion, is $70. Now, something might happen this year, maybe, that will push Occidental Petroleum to 70 bucks.
The Trump administration in Washington says it is continuing its airstrikes on Yemen's Houthis. The Houthi-run health ministry says dozens of people have been killed and wounded in U.S. airstrikes.
And the second part that I think is going to be the most dramatic part if the U.S. attacks Iran, right? So, and I've talked about this before. My personal belief is that an attack on Iran's nuclear facilities is bound to happen. I think it is. It's inevitable. It's not going to, it's just a matter of time. And when that does happen, obviously oil exports from Iran are pretty much on a pause. Oil prices are going to go up globally. You're taking out one of the largest suppliers and exporters of oil to the world, right? And I know it's been sanctioned, I know, but it still manages to sell its oil now. But if things were to escalate to a point where the U.S. is bombing Iran, oil prices are going to go up big time, big time. And I've talked about this before. And the only stock that I trust, I mean, you can when it comes to oil, ExxonMobil, okay, that's a good one too, obviously. But I like Occidental Petroleum for the fact that there's a 30% stake with Berkshire Hathaway, and it might even increase. They have the right to buy as much as another 20% of the company, right? I know if you've been watching my YouTube channel, you've seen me talk about it many times. And you know what? Even all those times I've talked about it, it hasn't been a loss-making investment at all. It hasn't exploded. I mean, it hasn't gone up, to the 70 bucks that I think is the right price target for the company. But I think we'll get there. This is just my opinion. I think it will get there. The other one is HAFN. HAFN, all right, pre-market. It was 428 that it closed on Friday. It is today in pre-market at 441. If Iran, again, is hit, even with the Houthi attack that is going on, the disruption in the shipping lanes will be favorable to HAFN. February 19, which is coming up, right? We have the Fed rate meeting. The Fed will decide whether we have a rate hike, a rate cut, or nothing. Just stick to where we are. I personally believe that they are probably going to, I'm guessing, stay where we are. No rate hikes, no rate decline, just stay where we are. But no matter what, when Jerome Powell speaks, always at every Fed rate meeting, the markets do go down. They go down that day, and they go down for many days after that. It always happens every single time. It never fails.
Good afternoon.
So for new investors, do not be scared. Do not panic and wonder what in the world is going on, why the market is going down again. I'm sick of this. I want to, let me sell at a loss. Let me get out. Guys, chill, relax. Don't sell at a loss. If you have a good company, do not sell at a loss. There's nothing wrong with dollar cost averaging. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And don't be in a rush to dollar cost average either. If your stock goes down 5%, don't dollar cost average at a minus 5%. Don't do that. You're just going to run out of money, right? Here's an example of something else, guys. The S&P 500. S&P 500 year to date is down negative 4.13%. Negative 4.13% for the S&P 500 could mean, that could translate easily to a negative 30, 40, 50% in stock portfolio for many retail investors. My value portfolio, which will increase in value, don't worry about this value. That's just, I'm trying to start small for those who are new, so they don't, freak out and think that I got to put $20,000, $30,000 in an investment. Just, relax. We have a whole year ahead of us. We'll keep adding more to this value portfolio. But the value portfolio right now is only down 1.6%. Had you invested in any how do you invest in this, or copy this value portfolio year to date, you would be down 1.6%, not negative 4.13% that the S&P 500 is. So we're beating the S&P 500. Is this something to be proud of? Someone told me last time, why are you so proud of it? You're red. You're not green. Your value portfolio is red. Yeah, well, you know what? We're in a correction. We're in a freaking correction. And the last time I checked, most retail investors who I've talked to told me their portfolios are down 30%, right? So I think being down 1.6% in a correction is not bad. I'm very happy with the way my value portfolio is going. And I think that by the end of this year, because the year's not over, by the end of 2025, my value portfolio will be green. It will not be red. It will be green. All right, so that's just my opinion. Great investments are there. They're out there. So for me right now, personally speaking, looking at the tariff and the uncertainty of tariffs and maybe how they would affect economies or not, or the inflation, and then possible strike at Iran, which I think is inevitable. My focus is primarily heavy focus. What sectors are undervalued? And I see the health sector and I see the energy sector. Those two sectors are undervalued. What sector can I get the most out of? And I think that is the energy sector. What stock do I find in the energy sector that is great? I like Occidental Petroleum and I like HAFN. Now, if I were to also look at the defense sector, I really like AMTM. I've done a video about this before. And I really like KRMN. Those are two new stocks. One is a spin-off. I would pay attention to both of those. Those are really good companies, right? Just my opinion. I really love those two companies. I think they got a bright future ahead of them. And then, like I said, for this year into 2025, I feel much more confident going into 2025 holding Occidental Petroleum. Let me know in the comment section below what you think, and I wish you all the best. Take care.